3 or 4 people on stage, and like 2 preliminary rounds, semi-finals, the whole thing. Incredible. Yeah, you guys stumbled across a very big community here, which is a good thing. Like, it's just 12 poets typically sign up, 12 poets get in. The way the slam works is that each poet has to have 3 poems prepared. They all can exceed 3 minutes and 10 seconds. The host picks 5 random audience members to be the judges of the slam. So they have no prior exposure to poetry. They can be the first time to a slam, it doesn't matter. They're the judge for the night. And the judge's responsibility is to score the poems accordingly based on performance, content, creativity, kind of whatever. Their own prejudice and biases. They score poems 0 to 10. So every poet goes at least once. And they do a poem, let's say it's a funny poem, and it gets, whatever. They get 27. Cool, that's a score. There's 5 scores, but they drop the high and the low, creating the 3 in the middle, that's a score. Perfect score is a 30. And so essentially, you're performing a poem and your feelings are being measured quantitatively. So it's like, I just spilled my soul, and they give me an 8. But it's that's the nature of the game. And so it's like elimination.
My high school freshman teacher, she had a poetry month, and then she told us about a poem, and she hosted our first poetry slam in my high school, and I was really nervous, but it was for extra credit, so I did it. And surprisingly, I got second, and then she introduced me to my coach, and he has been my coach for like 5 years, and he just kept working with me about perfecting my craft, and he's always inspired me to write better and become better at what I do.
Ellen DeGeneres, you are a goddess. The way your lips move to the groove.
As you dance your way down the aisle to the red comfy chairs of our hearts, you are the definition of sexy, cooler than Obama.
And way less scary than Hillary. Television host, the queen of daytime television, Oprah can't F with you.
And even though you're only around for 1 season, you will always be one of our American idols. Stand up.
For ideas, well, I'm on a team. I talk about it with my team members because I love group poems. I love writing with other people because editing is much funner. It's more fun because when you're with other people in a group poem, you build off each other's energy and you each have lines that you want to weave together. And so I love that process of editing, of just weaving lines together and making sense of 2 different poems.
So I've been performing for a long time because I'm also a dancer, so I don't really have stage fright. But when you're performing a poem that you wrote, it's a little bit different than if you're just dancing because you're saying a lot of things. And often they're very emotional. I've cried on stage before. And it's just, the important thing to remember is that it's okay to be afraid, but it's not okay to be ashamed. So, I go on stage and I am afraid sometimes of the poems that I have to perform, but I know there's a reason I'm doing them. So I'm afraid and I'm emotional and I'm crying, and that's okay. I know that's okay. But what's not okay is me hiding from that, or me trying to retreat into myself and not giving that story and not giving that poem what it deserves and not giving that poem to the audience.
Where I come from, the sunshine is sweet. As soon as it breaks the shell of the Lebanese horizon, you'll feel its warmth trickle down your spine like honey between your joints. The sun lives in each 32-teeth smile the children send you as they weave through the streets. The sun comes from the fresh smells of ushi zatar, knef, and khubzi spreading from the local bakery. Nothing felt more like home than walking down these roads. These roads are not always smooth. Some of them still have bombshells branded into their asphalt flesh. The walls are covered with more than just strokes of Arabic. Sometimes bullets can be like paint. They can decorate a building from head to toe, a mural of a reminder that these days where I come from, peace is scared to show her face.
I encourage people to write because I feel like a lot of people hear about poetry and they think, wow, that's so amazing, I could never do that. And I think they're so wrong. I think everybody can do it. I think everybody is a poet. They just don't know it yet, and they just have to, oh, that rhymed, cool, poetry power. No, I really think that everybody has the ability to write well, the ability to share their story and, create something beautiful. And I encourage everybody to do that. Try it, come out to a slam, face the nerves, and speak on a microphone, and it'll be the best thing you've ever done in your life.